Today is not an ordinary day, and something inside you already knows it. You didn't pause on this message by accident. Your intuition pulled you here. Your spirit brought you here. There is a shift in the air, a quiet awareness moving through your chest, a subtle sense that something important is approaching, and you can feel it. Even if you can't explain it yet, a part of you recognizes that today, November 29th, carries a rare energy. And that energy peaks at exactly 11:44 a.m. You may have felt it building over the last few days. A strange anticipation, a heaviness one moment, a sudden clarity the next. Maybe your emotions have been more intense. Maybe you've been waking up with a sense that something is about to change. Maybe synchronicities have been showing up, repeating numbers, unexpected thoughts, vivid dreams. All of these were the quiet signals leading to today. Because the angels say, at 11:44 a.m., a new chapter begins. This is not dramatic language. This is energetic truth. Your life has been circling the edge of a breakthrough for some time now, and this particular hour, this specific moment, is the point where the cycle shifts. You are stepping out of an old frequency and into a new one. The timing, the date, the alignment, none of it is random. You are standing at the doorway of something that was destined for you long before this moment arrived. Think about everything you've experienced recently. The frustrations, the delays, the emotional swings, the moments when nothing made sense, the plans that stalled without reason, the people who drifted away, the sudden internal urges to change direction. None of this was a mistake. All of it was preparation. The universe rarely moves without purpose, especially before a major shift. Before clarity comes, confusion rises. Before alignment occurs, misalignment becomes obvious. Before a new timeline activates, the old one begins to crumble. And you've been living in that crumble, that in-between place, for weeks, maybe months. It felt uncomfortable because you were outgrowing your old cycle. It felt heavy because your energy was shedding what couldn't come with you. It felt uncertain because the future you re-stepping into is different from anything you've had lived before. And now the doorway opens. At 11:44 a.m., something locks into place on a soul level. A chapter ends. A chapter begins. The old timeline closes. A new timeline activates. You may feel it before it happens. A warmth in your chest, a pull in your solar plexus, a tingling in your hands, a sudden stillness in the air, or even an emotional release, tears, a deep breath, a sense of being held, guided, watched over. Because when a major energetic shift approaches, the body reacts before the mind understands. You have been sensing the incoming energy without realizing what it meant. Your spirit already knows today is significant. The angels say that this specific minute, 11:44, is a coded alignment, a moment where heaven adjusts your path, where divine timing moves into position, where the things that once felt blocked begin to loosen, where your next steps become illuminated. This is why you are called to read this now, not later, not hours from now, but right now, as the energy gathers. Because you are meant to walk into this new chapter consciously, not blindly. Look back at the last few days. Have you noticed flashes of clarity? Moments where something suddenly made sense? A quiet inner voice telling you to hold on just a little longer? A strange sense that you're close to something, but you don't know what? Those weren't random moments. Those were confirmations. Your soul has been preparing you for 11:44, not with fear, not with urgency, but with quiet awakening. And maybe, if you're honest, you've felt the old cycle dissolving, people leaving or drifting away, opportunities falling apart, ideas that once excited you suddenly feeling wrong, situations you tolerated becoming unbearable, feelings rising that you can't ignore anymore. This is the energy of a cycle ending. Because when a new chapter is about to begin, The universe removes everything that cannot travel with you. That removal feels painful at first. But today, it begins to make sense. What left your life left for a reason. What stayed, stayed for a reason. What felt stuck, stayed stuck for a reason. And what felt distant will begin to move closer after 11:44. Because the moment the clock strikes that minute, your path realigns, your energy shifts, your direction sharpens, your intuition strengthens, your next chapter activates. This is not wishful thinking. This is spiritual architecture, a planned opening, a timed awakening, a moment your soul has been waiting for. You might even feel emotional as you read this, not because of the words, but because your soul recognizes the truth behind them. You can feel something moving inside you, something loosening, something rising, something waking. This is how destiny feels before it arrives. And today, you are not asked to do anything complicated. You are not asked to fix your past. You are not asked to make a huge decision. You are not asked to force anything. You are only asked to be open. Open to the shift. Open to the timing. Open to the new chapter. Open to the alignment. Because when 11:44 arrives, the more open your spirit is, the more easily the energy can enter your life. So take a slow breath. Feel your chest expand. Feel your shoulders relax. Feel your awareness sharpen. And quietly, inside yourself, repeat, I'm ready for 11:44. Because this simple willingness, this moment of openness, this readiness, is what activates the shift even more. And the chapter that begins today may be the one you've been praying for, hoping for, longing for, the one that finally carries you forward. As the energy of this day continues unfolding, you may start to realize that something inside you has been preparing for this shift far longer than you thought. Your intuition didn't wake up overnight. Your inner voice didn't suddenly grow louder. Your spirit didn't just now decide to evolve. The truth is, the transformation began quietly, subtly, long before you were aware of it, and 11:44 a.m. is simply the moment it becomes visible. Think about the patterns you've been noticing recently. The things that once felt important no longer hold the same weight. The goals you once chased don't feel aligned anymore. The emotions you tried to suppress have surfaced in waves. The relationships you outgrew became impossible to ignore. The dreams within you started asking for more space. This wasn't random. This wasn't chaos. This wasn't confusion. This was your soul rearranging itself for the next chapter. When a new phase of life is approaching, the old phase always starts to loosen. Attachments break. Illusions dissolve. Habits shift. People fall out of resonance. Old timelines collapse. And though you may have been frustrated by these changes, deep down you sensed that something bigger was at play. You could feel your spirit preparing you, signaling that your life was about to move in a direction you hadn't expected. Today is that direction revealing itself. You might find that as 11:44 approaches, your emotions feel heightened. Not in a chaotic way, but in a cleansing way, like your heart is making room for something new. You may feel nostalgia, hope, heaviness, excitement, or even a strange calm. Emotional intensity is common when destiny is preparing to activate, because what's happening inside you is not small. You're undergoing an energetic reset. There were moments recently when you thought you were losing your way, moments when you questioned your purpose, moments when you wondered why progress felt so slow, moments when you asked, why is nothing moving? But things weren't stuck. They were aligning. Sometimes life slows down not to punish you, but to position you, to place you where you need to be, to help you make the right choice, to prepare your spirit for the moment everything accelerates. And that acceleration starts today. The angels say that at 11:44, the energy becomes clearer, sharper, more supportive. It's as if heaven is adjusting the trajectory of your timeline, turning you toward the direction that matches your highest purpose. You may have been walking through fog, but the fog wasn't an obstacle. It was protection. It kept you from running ahead before the path was ready. It kept you from forcing things that weren't meant for you. It kept you from settling for less than what's aligned. Now the fog lifts. A new version of you is stepping forward. A wiser, more intuitive, more grounded you. The version of you that survived the lessons, that learned from the losses, that grew from the confusion, that endured the waiting, that listened to the whispers of your spirit, even when you didn't fully understand them. This version of you is who the new chapter is meant for. You may notice that your body responds in subtle ways. A deeper breath, a loosening in your muscles, a warmth in your hands, a tingling at the back of your neck, a sudden feeling of being watched over. These physical reactions are confirmations, signals that your energy field is opening, signals that the alignment is real, signals that you are stepping into a moment that your soul recognizes as significant. There is a reason 1144 is powerful. It carries the vibration of endings and beginnings, closing and opening, release and activation, completion and expansion. It marks the end of a karmic loop you didn't even know you were in. It marks the beginning of a timeline you've been ready for without realizing it. It marks the moment destiny shifts from waiting to moving. And whether you realize it or not, you have earned this moment. You earned it through your patience, through your resilience, through your willingness to keep going, even when you were exhausted, through the quiet choices you made that no one saw, through the healing you did silently, through the times you chose faith over fear, through every moment you refused to give up on yourself. This new chapter isn't a gift. It's a result of everything you've endured, everything you've learned, everything you've overcome. And now the universe is meeting you halfway. The energy that felt distant is moving toward you. The manifestations that felt delayed are accelerating. The opportunities that felt blocked are loosening. The clarity that felt out of reach is descending. You are entering alignment. Look at your recent experiences through a new lens now. That person who left, they were clearing space. That opportunity that fell through, it wasn't meant to limit you. That delay that frustrated you, it kept you from rushing into the wrong timeline. That emotional breakdown you had, it was your heart releasing the last pieces of the old cycle. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was random. Nothing was a mistake. Everything was preparing you for this day. And now your spirit stands on the threshold of a new beginning. A beginning that feels cleaner, lighter, more aligned, more purposeful. You don't need to know what's coming. You don't need to have every detail. You don't need to plan the entire path. You just need to be open. Because when 1144 arrives, the shift does not require effort, only willingness. Take a moment now to breathe deeply. Let your shoulders relax. Let your heart soften. Let your awareness settle. Quietly, inside yourself, repeat, I trust divine timing. You are not late. You are not lost. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. And the chapter that begins today will prove it. As the moment of 1144 draws closer, the energy around you begins to reorganize itself in ways you can feel, but not yet fully explain. Something in your chest feels different, lighter, yet more aware. Something in your mind feels clearer, as if background noise is fading. Something in your spirit feels awakened, as if a layer you didn't realize you were carrying has finally begun to dissolve. This is what it feels like when a new timeline prepares to activate. Your inner world always shifts before your outer world does. Lately, you may have noticed yourself thinking differently. Simple things feel more meaningful. Old frustrations don't hold the same power. The desires that once consumed you no longer dominate your thoughts. And the priorities that used to feel urgent now feel misaligned. These changes aren't random fluctuations. They are signs of transition, Evidence that your energy has already begun moving forward even before the clock strikes the destined minute. Your soul has always known what was coming. It is your mind that is just now catching up. You might find yourself remembering old moments from your past, not with pain, but with perspective. You see now how certain events shaped you. You see how the delays protected you. You see how the struggles taught you. You see how the wrong turns redirected you. And you see how all of it, absolutely all of it, has been guiding you here. Clarity is rising inside you like sunlight spreading across a horizon. There were times when you wished things had happened sooner. Times when you wondered why everything felt so slow, so unclear, so unpredictable. But the truth is finally making itself known. You were being aligned with divine timing. There is a difference between human timing and destined timing, and today, 1144, is a bridge between the two. Your soul has been waiting for your life to catch up with your purpose. And now, everything is beginning to synchronize. In the last few days, your intuition has likely been louder than usual. You've sensed things seconds before they happened. You've felt people's intentions more clearly. You've received insights out of nowhere. You've known truths without needing evidence. This increased sensitivity is not accidental. It is preparation. When a major energetic activation approaches, your intuition becomes the first sense to awaken. It guides you into alignment, nudging you to notice the signs, symbols, and synchronicities that confirm what your soul already knows. A new chapter is minutes away. You may have also noticed unexpected waves of emotion, suddenly feeling like crying or laughing or releasing a deep breath you didn't know you were holding. Emotional waves appear when old energy is leaving the body. The tears that come out of nowhere aren't weakness, they are cleansing. The sighs aren't fatigue, they are release. The stillness isn't emptiness, it is readiness. Your spirit is clearing space, because a new chapter cannot enter a crowded heart. 1144 marks a moment where your next timeline, the one aligned with your purpose, your growth, your truth, begins to anchor itself. It does not require perfection. It does not require certainty. It only requires openness. And you are more open now than you have been in a very long time. You've let go of people who no longer matched your frequency. You've stopped forcing situations that weren't flowing. You've released expectations that drained you. You've surrendered battles that weren't yours to fight. You've softened in places you once hardened. You've grown in ways no one else has seen. These internal changes didn't happen overnight. They happened little by little, through every realization, every heartbreak, every moment of introspection. And now those inner shifts have prepared the foundation for the external shift that begins today. The angels say, when the clock hits 1144, what once felt blocked will begin to move. You don't need to know how. You don't need to know when. You don't need to know through whom. You only need to trust the movement. Because divine timing doesn't operate on logic, it operates on alignment. And you have been aligning, even in moments when you thought you were falling apart. Your healing, your questioning, your growth, your resilience, all of it has been part of aligning you with the life you are meant to live next. You might be wondering what will change after 1144. Will an opportunity appear? Will clarity drop into your mind? Will a decision finally make sense? Will something shift inside your energy? The answer is simple. Whatever is aligned will rise. Whatever is misaligned will fall away. This shift will not always be loud. It might feel like peace. It might feel like a deep breath you didn't know you needed. It might be a thought that appears out of nowhere that suddenly solves something you've struggled with for months. It might be a renewed sense of direction, purpose, motivation, or readiness. Most people expect destiny to arrive as fireworks. But the truth is, destiny often arrives as clarity. 1144 activates an inner knowing, a feeling that says, I understand now. It activates alignment, the sense that I'm finally on the right path. It activates purpose, the awareness that I know what I must do next. It activates strength, the confidence that I can handle whatever comes. And for some, it activates opportunity, the door that opens at the exact right moment. You will feel something shift, maybe in your mind, maybe in your emotions, maybe in your body, maybe in the atmosphere around you, maybe in your thoughts about the future. Whatever form it takes, you will know, because your spirit recognizes destiny the moment it touches you. Take a moment now to feel into your heart. Notice how the space inside you is expanding. Notice how your breath feels deeper. Notice how your awareness is sharper. These aren't coincidence. They're signs that you're aligning. And quietly, inside yourself, whisper, I receive this new chapter. Because the moment you say it, your energy shifts again, and you step even closer to the life waiting for you. As the moment approaches and the energy reaches its peak, something deep within you begins to settle. Not with heaviness, but with certainty. A certainty that tells you, you are exactly where you need to be. A certainty that whispers, your life is about to shift in ways you've quietly prayed for, longed for, or even forgotten you once desired. This is the calm before alignment, the stillness before your path unfolds. You may feel as though the world around you is slowing down. Time feels different. Your thoughts feel quieter. Your emotions, though present, feel clearer. You're not lost. You're not confused. You're not behind. You are preparing instinctively, spiritually, energetically for what happens the moment the clock turns to 11:44. There is a part of you, the ancient part, the intuitive part, the part made of memory and light that recognizes this moment. Your soul has crossed many timelines, but this particular alignment is one you have been moving toward for a very long time. You are not just living another day. You are standing at the edge of a chapter shift. Think about how much has changed within you recently. The way you respond to things has softened. The way you see the world has matured. The way you understand your past has evolved. The way you trust your intuition has strengthened. You are no longer the version of yourself who once felt powerless. You are no longer the version who once settled for less. You are no longer the version who once clung to situations that drained you. You've grown into someone who recognizes alignment, someone who understands redirection, someone who can feel when destiny is close. And destiny is very close now. The angels say, when 11:44 arrives, the energy will shift from preparation to activation. This means that everything which has been brewing beneath the surface, the ideas, the intentions, the dreams, the desires, the clarity, will begin moving outward. What was internal becomes external. What was potential becomes momentum. What was waiting becomes unfolding. You may not see the full picture immediately. Most great beginnings start quietly, but you will feel something shift. It may be subtle. It may be profound. It may be emotional. It may be peaceful. It may be a sudden understanding that washes over you, or a gentle sense of being guided toward the next step. The change will happen within you first, then around you, then ahead of you. This is how destiny operates. First the soul aligns, then the mind understands, then the world responds. And you have already completed the first step. Your soul is aligned. Your awareness is open. Your heart is ready. Your spirit is listening. Now the universe prepares to respond. After 11:44, you may notice synchronicities increasing, messages appearing in unexpected ways, opportunities resurfacing, people entering your life at perfect timing, thoughts arriving that feel like instructions from your higher self, clarity dropping in like a puzzle piece sliding into place. This is because the energy of the new chapter is not symbolic, it is literal. Your life will begin reorganizing around the vibration you enter at 11:44. This is why the angels emphasize openness so strongly. What you allow in your heart at that moment will echo outward into your experiences. If you choose trust, you'll see trust reflected back to you. If you choose alignment, aligned paths will appear. If you choose healing, healing will accelerate. If you choose courage, doors requiring courage will open. If you choose faith, life will unfold with grace. This is the power of consciously stepping into a destined moment. And even now, as you read this, you can feel the shift happening within you. Your breathing is steadier. Your chest feels different. Your awareness feels expanded. Your energy feels receptive. Your soul knows what's coming. Think for a moment about all the times you felt stuck this year. The moments where progress seemed impossible. The times where you questioned whether you were meant for more. The days you felt drained by repetition, waiting for something new to begin. Those weren't moments of failure. They were moments of patience. Moments of preparing the soil before the seed could sprout. And today, 11:44, is when the seed begins to break through. You are stepping into a cycle where things begin to move again, where answers come, where directions unfold, where pieces fit together, where breakthroughs become possible. You have done the inner work. You have survived the heaviness. You have endured the uncertainty. You have held on to hope even when you didn't realize it. And now, life returns the favor. Let yourself feel the significance of this. Not with fear, not with urgency, but with gratitude. Gratitude toward the version of you that carried you this far. Gratitude toward the universe for aligning the path. Gratitude toward your soul for guiding you even in moments you didn't understand. Gratitude is a magnet in moments of activation. It opens doors. It multiplies blessings. It amplifies alignment. So take a deep breath. Feel your heart warming. Feel your vision clearing. Feel the future you've longed for moving closer. Then repeat quietly, as if sealing your place in the timeline. My new chapter begins now. These words align your spirit with the exact energy of the 11:44 shift. They signal readiness. They signal acceptance. They signal trust. And with those words, the universe responds. Because once 11:44 arrives, nothing stays the same. Not your energy, not your path, not your alignment, not your destiny. You step through the door of your next chapter, and your life begins to unfold in ways that finally make sense.